I wasn't a super huge fan of Vision's speed effect. The speed effect was too much like the MCU speed effect. I love everything and the way his speed worked in Fox. He was almost like a super Omega level, like almost like a Speed Force, like Flash in the DC universe. He was out of control, and the way they filmed it, it was amazing. It was creative, the way they used everything in those Fox movies. I thought it was crazy that Vision was sort of like my man in Get Out. He was seeing all the people glitch, like tears coming out of their eyes, like they were crying for help on the inside. He's definitely very aware. He's trying to get out. He's trying to understand what's happening. It's almost like he knows he's on like a reality show or just like in a fake world, and he knows something is wrong. Agnes, or Agatha Harkness, because Agatha Harkness is her the character she's based on in the comics, a witch who was really in on Wanda's whole delusion and situation. Agatha Harkness, she's a mad witch, and it's pretty cool when Agnes kind of starts to glitch and go crazy when Vision puts her back into it, back into the little, delusion there. She's laughing like really crazy, like a mad witch. And it's kind of a great callback to the comics, like the roots of her character. And she was a witch. She is a witch for Halloween in this episode, the Halloween episode. Monica Rambeau, getting some powers there. In the comics, she actually is the first female Captain Marvel. Historically, African-American woman Captain Marvel, she was actually donned as Captain Marvel by the Avengers affectionately. Ben Grimm even talks about it, like, you might as well be Captain Marvel. You've got all the powers of Marvel. So our girl Carol Danvers in the movie, she's Captain Marvel, but she didn't actually become Captain Marvel historically in the comics until 2005, until House of M actually happened, when Wanda made this universe where Carol Danvers was the best superhero, which was never the case in comics. Like, she wasn't really a character that caught on with fans, but as a little, play on that, Wanda made her the most popular superhero in the whole universe that she created. I like that Peter got Wanda to be real honest about what she was doing with the Hex and the whole delusion in and of itself. He was really trying to be a brother to her. I love how he talked about being dead, feeling like he died in the street like a chump for no reason at all. Because actually, it was no reason at all, because it was all about money. Fox didn't want, Marvel to be using a mutant when they had plans for him for future films. So they had to kill off the original Quicksilver in the movie because Fox wanted to use him. So that's pretty cool that he's acknowledging sort of what we went through as fans, our characters being split like that. Definitely like the Fox version more, but it's kind of petty that those things affect the content that we love. But it's great to see Evan Peters acknowledge those things as an actual character. A lot of Truman Show parallels. That's a Jim Carrey movie where he's trapped in a reality show his whole life. Vision is sort of getting to the edge of that reality show, to the edge of that set, which is the edge of the Hex, and he starts to dematerialize. So it's like a Truman Show kind of thing there. The bigger relevance of the Hex is crazy because it's getting larger, and that has a lot of permutations into the plot of the MCU with the multiverse and the comics, because Wanda's powers are awesome and strong and crazy. Like, she manipulates reality in and of itself. She's very powerful. So, in closing, some final thoughts here. The whole idea of the Hex increasing in size, I think, is amazing and dope, because in the House of M storyline, in the actual comics, she changed the whole universe. She created a new Marvel context, a new Marvel universe. If this Hex can get bigger, she can consume the entire planet, maybe even the universe, she can create a new reality. And this kind of is going to bleed into what they talked about in Doctor Strange, the concept of a multiverse. I don't know if you guys are hearing anything about, news with Spider-Man 3, but it seems like the whole idea of alternate realities, things caused by the snap in Infinity War, are going to have a lot of ramifications going forward in the Marvel universe. But Wanda's powers are, as I said earlier, like crazy. Like, she can manipulate physics, chaos magic, just sort of have craziness happen and bend into her favor. But an amazing thing about this is, like, more mutant plots. like stuff we might get in Falcon and Winter Soldier. They're going to the island of Madripoor, where Wolverine hangs out, wearing an eye patch, calling himself Patches. Like, there might be a lot of mutant storylines to come, like really exciting stuff. And just the whole idea of House of M, Magneto, Magnus, you know, our boy, like one of my favorite characters in comic book history, the master of manipulation, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is her father. What if Ian McKellen or like Michael Fassbender from Days of Future Past and X-Men Apocalypse First Class shows up talking about, yo, Wanda, I'm your dad. Like, what if she wishes back her parents? Like, we can literally have a whole mutant like regime going on in this TV show or spawn from this TV show. I hope that Evan Peters isn't like a one-off. I hope that Quicksilver being from the Fox universe isn't a one-time kind of thing. I want this to turn into like full-blown mutants, because they're the only thing interesting about Marvel to me. Like, sometimes, like in general, like they're amazing. My favorite characters. The Yo Magic yogurt commercial, yo, it was like a crazy, sinister Go-Gurt commercial from like 20 years ago. I know the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s was crazy, us growing up as kids. But that was dark. It was like Ren and Stimpy, claymation, like Rocko's Modern Life kind of stuff. It was nuts. But the whole idea of it being called Yo Magic, that magic that Wanda wields is very dangerous. So I felt like that had multiple sort of references there with the magic aspect. It was amazing. I hope you guys are excited about WandaVision going forward. I think this episode really changed things for me, and I hope mutants become a mainstay in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's going to be some amazing content that comes out of that. Thanks, guys.